Alright, what's up? Here we are. This is part 4. I've got Andrew with me. Thomas still is not here. I think he's just stuck in traffic.
Yeah, Auckland life.
he's been meaning to get here for the last few. But yeah, constantly stuck in traffic. And this is exciting because a lot of people have been finding this quite interesting. We have been too. It's been very fun to do. And this is the last bit. So we are in Chumphon, which is in the thinnest part of Thailand. There is a border with Myanmar on one side, and on the other side there's the Gulf of Thailand. And this is a port town which takes you out to the islands, and we're heading up towards Samut Songkhram. We stop at a motorcycle museum, and then we get into Bangkok. So we've only got 2 days of riding in this bit, but we've got some time in Bangkok as well. If you have any questions about what we've done throughout this journey, if you want to know about specifics of accommodation, planning about borders, money, passports, visas, anything, if you want to know, just ask a question in the comments, or send us a message somehow. Facebook, Instagram, smallbikestuff.com has our email address as well. And it would just be awesome to have some feedback so we can give you some feedback about feeding back. Right, so we're leaving Chumphon, which is Chumphon.
Is this the treehousey?
Yes, yep. It was called something treehouse that we stayed at. 30 treehouse. 30 tree garden house.
There's canals on the left, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're in between the city, which is just a little bit inland, and the ocean. And between the city and the ocean, there's a lot of coconut plantations. And we're leaving the city now to join the main highway. So all of what you see now is us riding along the town main roads to then join the highway. It took a while.
Yeah.
It took a while to find it. And this is early.
It's 6 in the morning?
6, yeah. Left at 6. And no breakfast. Straight on the bike.
We knew we'd find somewhere.
Yeah. 7-Eleven. So here we are. This is not the main highway yet. It's just not. We were still on a ring road around the outside of the city.
Yep.
And there wasn't many cars. So
gotta do what you gotta do when there's no cars. I think now.
Here we go.
It's a classic move. Any bike trip.
You can see the feet pushing down the centre stand. And that's why the sparks go from left to right. It's when you lean the bike left to right. Doesn't dig in. Your foot can't hold it down that hard, so any pressure, it just comes straight back up. Don't try this at home. Try this out on the street and see what it's like at night time.
Yep, in a different country.
Yeah. So you see they waited for the gap in the cars, and now they're doing it again. Because it does look odd coming towards that. You'd be like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah.
And we didn't want to cause any kind of unwanted attention.
No mayhem.
No.
And no mayhem in this club.
Yeah, no street terrors. And then we've just gone out of a patch where there was street lighting to where there isn't, and that just kind of shows how dark it actually was.
Yes. Daytime.
Main highway, you can tell because it is. This is the main highway between Bangkok and the south of Thailand. There's no other way to get north at this point. And we're just about to come into a 7-Eleven, which is at one of those fuel stations I told you about last time.
PPT?
Yeah, or PTT. I think there was both, and one of them was better than the other.
Yeah.
Stuff you had to watch out for, this truck just indicating, or turn signaling, and he didn't even turn off in the end,
No.
so, yeah. And these forecourts, when it was wet, are super slippery. It's polished concrete. Where are you? Oh, there you are. And this is it. We just sit outside a 7-Eleven for a while.
Coffee in a can. That's what that was.
So now it's getting towards... Look at these pickup trucks on the side of the road, by the way. This is a little roadside truck stop.
Yep.
Just a lady with a wok cooking some stuff.
Outdoor toilets?
Yeah.
That's rude.
So this is one of the petrol stations.
Sorry.
That's alright. This is one of the stations that either just does LPG instead of normal fuel, or...
I've got slow R&B jams going on this day.
Oh, we're listening to music.
I can't hear anything you're saying. That's what I just said. It's a Holden Epica.
We decided...
Chevrolet.
Yeah, in the background with a flat tyre.
Yeah.
We decided to start listening to music with like one ear in, or just quietly, so you could still hear the road around you, because otherwise you just get tired so quickly.
It was very mind-numbing.
It's actually quite monotonous.
Yeah.
Riding down the
something
straight...
to keep you awake.
So we're going down a straight highway here for 4 to 6 hours on this day. PT. Up on the left there.
Oh yeah.
So I think this was like, yeah, it was fuel, but it didn't have a 7-Eleven and stuff.
It had its own little shop.
They just had toilets, so you'd stop there. And they are squat toilets, and
Just deal with it.
yeah. There's some Andrew action.
Yep.
And it said, just back there, it said something keep right, or U-turn keep right. There's U-turns up.
So U-turn across 4 lanes.
Yeah, just in the middle of the road there on the right hand side, there'll be a gap in the barrier. Same here, there'll be like a dirt path between the middle, and look at all these pickup trucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, all different kinds of cages and loads. 5. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Isuzu D-Maxes. 6. All different kinds of canopies. A lot of them with massive rear tyres and larger leaf springs.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Truck axles.
Yeah, so 6, 7 I think we're up to. There's a van. And here we are in Samut Songkhram. So we've just arrived in Samut Songkhram after about 6 hours on the highway. And Andrew and Thomas here are getting an oil change.
Yeah, local little mechanic.
Yep.
Tuning up someone's bike.
Yeah, absolutely. Small 4-cylinder turbo diesel drag boat. It's not a drag boat, that was just like a
Just a
U-turn.
boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was our boat.
Yeah. This is later that night. Probably at 10 o'clock.
Okay, full disclosure here. This is at a floating market just outside of Bangkok. It's not super popular with Western tourists. Very, very popular with Thai tourists, but it's only on the weekends. And this was a Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
So there's no one around, but the boat operators are still there. These guys. We've just returned back, and they kind of just still call out for a discounted rate. Do you want to come? And we said yes. And so this guy quickly sculled his beer.
With his 4 other beers beside him that he'd already finished.
We're like, well, we've paid money now, and we went, and it was fine. It was cool.
Yeah.
Don't condone the drinking and boating, but
I don't think there's laws around that.
no,
In
this,
Thailand.
this is our accommodation. Look at her face. She's like, how do I speak to him?
Yeah.
รถไฟรถไฟมา9 โมงนะคะ
Rot Phai train ma come Gaomong 9 a.m. Train's coming at 9 a.m. She literally just
Yeah.
kind of pigeon-tied me, and it was amazing because she understood I could only speak a
Yeah.
tiny bit of Thai.
7-8 minutes.
So she would, be really nice to speak to, and told us, go. Thomas said, what happened? We've got to get there now, 15 minutes till the train comes, and we had 7 minutes to ride.
It worked out well.
Yeah, it was perfect. Drag race. Election signs number 4. 19. Number 2. And here we are.
At the train market.
Yeah, so this is the Maeklong Folding Umbrella Market. Maeklong is an area in Samut Songkhram. Samut Songkhram is the same province where we just did the boat stuff.
So that's it, you basically got food on each side.
See, there's a railway track in the
Yeah.
middle.
Surrounded by
Some unique smells.
animal pieces.
You may have seen a video of this on the internet. There's been many viral videos on Facebook and YouTube over the years of this thing. Anthony Bourdain went here at one point and went right through the middle of the market. He came on the train.
Okay.
He arrived on the train. And when he went, the train comes through the middle of the market and it caught half the stalls and kind of destroyed them. But
And then basically you'll see, like, hopefully they don't hit this.
yeah.
Usually they've got quite a lot of things on, yeah, they're on rails and they just slide them back.
So yeah,
Or they're low enough that the train will go over them.
as I say.
But every now and then, it doesn't work like it's meant to and everything gets
I'm
hit.
just going to pause it here for a second at 9 minutes and 18 seconds. What these guys don't realise at this point is that I know the train's on the way. The local ladies are saying, sorry about that,
right.
local ladies are saying, train's about to come, the train's about to come, everybody, the train's about to come. They're just all calling it out in a melodic, beautiful way. And I was like kind of panicking a little bit. No one else was panicking, but I was trying to find a good place to stand because as soon as all the tourists realised, and there was a lot of tourists there, all the little areas and the little alleyways on the side that lead to the main roads are completely blocked, and you don't have anywhere to stand. So
I remember that actually. Everyone was pushing you in, but there's a train there.
Yeah, and I went to this exact same place, and I went to the exact same little alley to join on to the train line where the market is about a year after this trip, and they kicked me out of that little gap and said, no, leave, you can't be here.
Yeah.
So it's just luck of the draw. But it was very, very cool. So this is a market. All these stalls are going to disappear, and the train's going to come through.
If you're going to stand here, just stand on one file so people can get past.
So all the umbrellas folded in. Motorcycle taxi driver. Thai ladies just doesn't care.
Yeah.
There's another foreign dude beside us that we didn't know, and he was listening to everything I said. I was like, as soon as the train comes, turn around, and he was like, oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Helped him get some good photos.
Hit something down there.
Yeah, maybe.
It's pretty incredible.
SRT, State Railway Thailand.
Oh,
Yeah.
Train brake dust
Main
in my food.
switch. Yeah. It's just why you wash your food when you get it from the market. Gauge box, rectifier, hydraulic oil tank.
Some sort of diesel electric train.
So it stopped for some reason, not sure why. And then it just continued on. Don't think it hit anything, to be honest. I think it was a hold up the line. Immediately after leaving the market, the train, how cool is this view? All the stalls folding back in. It goes through 2 major road intersections, so sometimes they're blocked, and it goes maximum 30 kilometers an hour the whole way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long is its entire journey?
Not very.
Yeah.
About 15 minutes in a car,
Oh, okay.
or about 2 hours on the train.
Yeah.
I walk right in the middle of this family photo, look. Sorry.
You dick.
Yeah, so that's a bit of local life, and to be honest with you, I'm going to stop this again. That is what I regret most about this trip. It's not going and doing that every single other place we went.
Yeah.
That was the only place in the whole trip, and we stayed in Kuala Lumpur. We saw quite a lot. That's not excluded, but we had 4 or 5 days there.
Yeah.
But then we went to Penang. We were in Penang for 8 hours maximum, less than 8 hours. We were in, gosh, where were we? Songkhla. We were there for 1 night. Saw a bike show. That was cool, but we could have stayed there easily for a week and been occupied. It would have been incredible. The next place after that, we went to Krabi. Krabi was okay. Happy we stayed there. We actually tossed up going to Krabi, or a place, one of the islands that you can get to by ferry, and we just chose not to, which time-wise was a very good decision. It would have been silly. Getting on a ferry at 5 p.m. and stressing out and waking up and coming straight back, what's the point?
Yeah.
But then we went to Phuket. Could have missed Phuket, to be honest with you. It's,
it was fine.
yeah, not for a bike trip. It's a long way just to kind of see tourists. And off the beaten track as well.
Yeah.
The national park, we could have done that over 3 or 4 days.
Oh, yeah.
And then we arrived in Chumphon, which was where this video started. And to be honest, there wasn't much to do there, so that was fine one night, unless you're heading out to the islands. Although I'm sure some locals would beg to differ and say there's a whole bunch of stuff to do there. So, for example, I actually used to live in Samut Songkhram. I lived there for a little while, and so that's why I knew the place so well and why I could take us around. And that was one of the biggest things I regret. Which will probably lead on into the next video, but I just really wanted to get that out of the way and explain why, or just kind of, yes, rectify and help you understand that, yeah, we are aware that we did do almost nothing except ride for 8 days straight.
Just went there.
Yeah, that was it. Take more time and go less distance. The distance doesn't matter overall.
Yeah.
It's what you see. Okay. Anyway, back to me singing.
This was before wireless headphones existed.
Yeah, there genuinely wasn't wireless iPhone earpods.
No wireless iPhones.
No. You still had a cable to mains power. This is just after my top box had fallen off at a police stop. We got stopped at a police checkpoint here for the first time in like 4 days. And my top box hadn't been put on properly when we left that accommodation with the lovely lady who reminded us about the train. And when we stopped at the police checkpoint, we rode off and my top box disappeared. But the police chased these guys down.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to chase them down and gave it back. This is the kind of stuff we didn't film and I wish we did.
I also didn't want to film it. They had lots of guns.
Yeah, they did. They did. And one of them had their hand on the gun at one point. And here we are, LHM Motorcycle Museum. I've recently released a video about this. If you're watching in the future, go and look at my old video of LHM Motorcycle Museum. It's incredible. I think most of the footage is here, so we'll just go over it again.
Cool.
With a more, we can talk over it.
The Yamaha Cubics over there, new
Yep.
ones.
So at the front is a shop with second-hand and brand new models, and in here is the museum that started in the shop started in 1962. And the museum was amazing, but all of this is in Thai language.
Yeah, you
Not one bit of it was... Yeah. And this is stuff that you probably can't even find on Wikipedia that well.
Oh,
It's
no.
all personal.
So this is the LHM Motorcycle Museum in Kanchanaburi in Thailand. Basically, it started off as a dealership in the year 2507, and they've kept one of basically every single model, as far as I'm aware, of everything they're sold. So let's go have a look and see what they got.
Yes and no.
Hey, QR.
They also had some bikes given to them, I think.
Yeah.
1965?
85.
No way. I think they've got some of the years cooked.
Yeah.
It's
Cooked.
Thailand runs on a Buddhist calendar. I explained that in my previous video. Over there at the moment, I think it's the year 2563 or 2564. I can't remember. So when they're converting it back, it's not uncommon to get like a 20-year difference, or like
Honda
it's just
people.
is what it is. Honda people, wheel inside the hub,
Yeah, well, I just want to film some shit here.
Honda
first.
Wave, Kawasaki GTO. One of those chopped
Kawasaki
lights.
GTO, I'm pretty sure that's what chopped us in the lights the other day.
Shut up. This is, it is a Honda Bentley 125 twin. That's like a C200 or a S90 or
Some kind of Honda.
Yamaha something.
A man.
A guy. A DT.
Enduro.
Enduro 125. MTX 80 maybe?
The
Okay,
biggest
so-
bike here was a 250.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. It's very, very amazing what they had. One of those stickers on that bike, it said boranus.com. I think that site doesn't exist anymore. It might, but that was Boran Classic was a company that used to sell classic Thai parts.
Is it
It's an automatic Honda Wave, twist and go with gears that change by themselves. Made. Yep. I've already looked at this bike, but let's look at it again.
It's got a flat tyre.
1981.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably correct.
A100 up there?
He was chuffed.
Yeah.
I think there's a Suzuki Love.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Honda. He loves Yamaha. Thomas loves Suzuki. So
It's quite cute.
yeah, we. Yes.
Yes. I couldn't tell you what that means. Couldn't probably
Yamaha
Google it.
energy induction system, maybe. Economic.
I think it's to do with reed valves, yeah. YB100?
Yes.
It's a
Classic.
weird leak shield.
Yes. Not
Yuck.
classic. Filth.
Oh, wild too. Different.
Suzuki Love. And something fresh. Suzuki fresh. Yamaha fresh. Kawasaki
It's a
fresh.
Yamaha fresh. Cutaway.
Yeah.
It's quite neat actually.
You can see the valves opening and closing.
It's a bit clunky. He loves Suzuki. He does love Suzuki.
We were so overwhelmed. I left here and kind of didn't really take in anything. I watched this footage back and I'm like, okay, that's what was there.
That's nice.
So they had different areas: the education centre, the history area, the other things upstairs area. We went there. And then there's the biggest bike, an FZR 250,
Right.
4-cylinder.
It's hot.
It was triple hot.
Very hot upstairs. Some trophies.
Yeah.
Johnny Speed Shop. Picture right here.
Something about Johnny's Speed Shop.
Do you want a photo of it in the museum?
Three-spoke Charlie. And little did I know I would have one of those shortly.
Not that one.
No, just 3-spoke wheels.
Yeah.
And this is Poppinson shop, which I have made a video about. Also, out the front you can see his Super Cub 125 that has
brand new at the
spoked.
time.
Yeah, they were brand new. They just come out a few months prior, 6 months before, I think. And he had taken off the really nice machined alloy mag wheels and just put spokes on them.
It looks cool though. Tough.
Yeah. And these are all his bikes up the front. None of those are for sale. They are just there.
Yeah.
And one of them is a Lifan Smart Cub.
Is it?
Yes. Yeah.
The
This is the son.
Okay.
By the way, he is 2 years older now. It was really weird going back there
Oh,
recently,
yeah.
a year ago.
A bigger boy.
He's much bigger. And this is Super Cub 110 on the left there, which is not a 125. It's got the same engine as the NBC 110 and the CRF 110. Yes.
Yeah. This is in the back of the shop.
Crap, dude. Look
Not-
I
at
called them BWs. Look at these BWs. I was just too excited. I forgot about the M. This is a 1958 like C100.
Wow.
959. I think that was the first year they came out.
Yeah.
A Honda 450, which they failed big time in the States. They weren't a very popular selling model.
It's a 450 twin.
People might disagree, but in reality, Honda lost money making that bike. So they're very cool, and they had the speedometer that goes up and down.
Oh, okay.
That weird one. I don't know if you ever saw.
Honda 55.
PPN shop sold one once.
Yeah.
It was like
Sparku Plugos.
Look at these old carbs.
Are you gonna show us?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that seat.
What is this?
Oh, they want to take a photo.
It's a cool photo actually. I remember that one. I think.
No, we didn't get this one.
Oh.
Come behind it.
1, 2, 3. Second photo.
Yep.
Compliment
you.
cut,
Okay.
she says, which is the female way to say thank you.
So that
And
was
now,
cool. We bought lots of money stuff there.
yeah, we spent lots of money. We didn't buy money.
Sorry. Spent lots of money to buy things.
And we couldn't take it with us, so we got them to ship it to our accommodation, which we had pre-booked and knew about.
We were gonna be.
Yeah. And this was the traffic crawl leading into Bangkok. It took a good hour and a half minimum from that shop to get into Bangkok.
We were also on the wrong part of the road here.
At
We
some point, I
should
don't
be
know
on
if
the
it,
left.
I don't know if it was before. No.
That wasn't here.
What happened is that
Portage Road.
yeah, there's a main road and there's a side road basically along the highways in Thailand, and they're not connected the whole time. There's only little entrances and exits off these main areas to the side roads every 2 or 3 k's, and your maps constantly tells you to stay left and turn right and do this and do that, and it doesn't know that those roads exist, or if you're on the left side it doesn't know that,
Yeah.
or if you're on the right side it doesn't know that. And so we thought at one point, let's go to the left side, which you can see way over there on the other side of the culvert, and we ended up about 2 meters above the main highway, about to go on a massive U-turn.
Oh, we had to hop off the curb.
Yeah, we had to walk our bikes
There's
backwards.
police just there.
Yeah, we lane split past the police. Quite scared at this point about lane splitting, by the way. Not because we aren't confident, we're happy to do it, but yeah, I think we saw this guy and we're like, okay, we can do it. We didn't know if it
Yeah.
was legal or if we'd get in trouble. And yeah, these roads, we had to lift our bikes over one of these barriers on the left-hand side,
Yeah,
about
it
that
was
high
Sending us to the wrong
area.
area.
Yeah. But
I think it broke all the plastics on the bottom of my
yeah,
bike.
on your
Yeah.
bike, that's right. And as you can see, you don't know where to go here. Like, oh gosh, do we turn left, or are we going straight, or can we go straight, or do I need to be on the middle? It's just really confusing, and eventually you just ride and realize that the locals and you see, look, now there's a fence, and now you don't know if you need to turn left or, but you're joined back on anyway. So I don't know. Bridges, it was just confusing.
Yeah.
There's a law in Thailand, 2-stroke in front of us,
Yeah.
that motorcycles always have to stay as far left as possible at all times. So if you find yourself in one of those centre lanes and actually doing a checkpoint, what is that?
B50.
Nice. I thought it was like a bell, Yamaha bell.
Yeah, it was a bell.
Yeah.
80cc.
No road markings?
Yeah.
You'll see proof of the no road markings shortly. Look at this pedestrian start to walk out on the left and the right.
The traffic light was red.
Yeah, and me not stopping. Whoops. And then look how close these people walk past me in a second.
So disappointing.
Yeah. It's like this far from my front. I didn't have a front basket.
Front wheel.
Front wheel, yeah. I was just telling them we're in Bangkok now. There had been a whole bunch of protests here at one point, and like I couldn't even drive down this road. Thailand's got a very interesting history, and this road had just recently been redone, and there was no road markings yet. So we're going around Democracy Monument, which is a massive monument. I think they're made when the monarchy stepped down a little bit at one point. I don't know. Don't quote me. Go Google it yourself. Interesting history, as I say. And this is just crawling through Bangkok, trying to find the accommodation.
Smelling the LPG tuk-tuks.
Yeah, it smells like barbecue. New Zealand barbecue, or a barbecue that you would see on King of the Hill, propane style.
Propane barbecue.
Yeah. So you couldn't just pull out between... And this road's weird. So there's 3 lanes going forward, and then a single lane on the right that goes the other way.
Yeah.
Made no sense. So you see all these bikes together at every intersection. You would have noticed this. Bikes go to the front.
Yep.
Pile up and take up the 2 or 3 meters at the front of the intersection, because they're just more nippy off the line. And there's gonna be big traffic wherever you are anyway, so there's no point in the cars being in front.
You do that here, and people get mad at you.
Very upset. I do that every day on my commute. Yeah. Tuk-tuk, see? Oh, he's gonna try going to the left lane.
Yeah.
Had to watch it. And you find other people and follow them in the traffic as well. So we're in deep central Bangkok now.
Yep.
Close to Sukhumvit Road. Some of you may recognise the buildings in the distance there. Pretty sure this is around... Yeah, Soi something. Street. Sukhumvit Road's like Soi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down. So it's like 1st, 2nd Avenue, 3rd Avenue.
Yeah.
You kind of know where you are based on that.
Oh, this is really close to our accommodation.
Yep, it was our local 7-Eleven, our local bike stand.
Taxis that will take us around.
Yep.
Bike taxis.
And heading into our accommodation.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Beverly.
Yeah. I don't want to tell you where that is because it's awesome. And if I want to go back again, I don't want it to be booked out.
Yeah.
But we did not skimp on accommodation at the start or the end.
Yeah.
Throughout the way through, it was guest houses or small motels or whatever you could.
We didn't sleep rough.
No. No, there's no point. We
Yeah.
just, yeah. It's cheaper to sleep nicely here than it is to go to a campground and set up your own tent in New Zealand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it wasn't expensive.
No.
But it was.
So, and this was our first motorcycle taxi ride, me and Thomas together.
Yep.
Yeah, that's you filming.
I was glad I could be there for that.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was a special moment. I'm quite excited.
So you get half a foot peg each.
Yeah, you can see we're sharing the rear foot peg together. I get the outside, he got the inside. So whoever can rotate their ankles the most goes on the inside. And this was it basically. Lots of construction, empty lots. Ah, okay.
So our friend Yut.
Yeah. And we're riding his Honda Chellies, which is very fun.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah. This is my favourite clip actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Chuffed as, thumbs up.
Real happy. Take a picture.
He didn't even give it any throttle.
No.
Just let the clutch out thinking it's a Harley.
He wishes.
And then it wouldn't start.
And then the battery went flat.
Yeah.
Might not be good enough.
Poor comments.
That was the nicest one.
This one's very cool.
And so I just purchased a set of wheels from him. Rear 6.1, front 4.7 inches. Yeah. Size. And I still... But it had no clutch, so it was just
Yeah.
idling high.
I don't think these get ridden a lot. They just sit around.
The trick style was lush.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
No helmet, wearing jandals. We didn't expect to be riding bikes. Don't judge me. Same here. This is at Cub House in Bangkok. Didn't expect to get to ride the bike. We did. I had fun. I'm here. I have all my feet. So deal with it.
Yeah, we didn't die.
No.
This was more dangerous.
Yeah. Because it was boring. Sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
It was very fun in the back of the tuk-tuks. I got to pilot a long tailboat. Literally, that's how long I got to pilot it for. Look at this guy.
Oh yeah.
Leaning
What
out.
you did, like row them round. Just hang
Yeah.
off the end.
to counterweight the massive 6-cylinder turbo diesel engines. It's just 10 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got some beers from a lady.
I think we paid 4 times the price you do in 7-Eleven for a single beer.
But she rode her boat to us, so
Yeah.
it's the race out of the lock.
Yes.
It's quite cool.
Went through the canals, different level locks. Watch on the cut, off the cut. I don't know. It's a long boating channel. They explain locks quite well. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Cruising the cut. That's what it's called. Yeah, the long canal boats.
Oh, yeah.
It's a dog.
Fluffy dog.
I got a tattoo. We're not riding bikes anymore. No, the
Yeah,
bikes are
are
finished.
done. Bikes don't exist. There it is.
Thomas left a few days before us. That was his brake fluid. Or mine, actually.
Someone's brake fluid.
And yeah, we just kind of moped around the city for a few days while pulling our bikes apart very slowly.
It was too hot to do any work on them.
Getting in trouble from the accommodation for having our bikes left in junk piles on the property. Other property owners getting very upset, so we had to sort that out. Do you want to know what happened to the bikes? Let us know. I'm more than happy to tell you now. It's been long enough.
Yeah, they're not wanted anymore.
We're not wanted
I will
anymore.
spend $100 on this.
We wasted so much money in these places because I can't afford to do this in New Zealand.
No.
But over there it was 20 New Zealand dollars, 20 US dollars, and you could be in there for hours.
Yeah.
Hours. Absolute hours. And then we did do one final thing.
Yeah, my bike was the last one to be like a bike.
Keep in mind the skid in the rear wheel for the last clip in this video.
Yeah.
This is the last clip. We had to take his bike apart. It had been filled with water the whole trip. That's a lot of water.
No idea why. Imagine if I got a flat tire and the guy had to change that.
Yeah. And that was it.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a really cool trip. So we had the best time of our lives. We really, really want to do it again. We would have done it again already if the world had gone a little bit differently. But it is what it is. We're very happy that we're in a country where we can still go riding and do lots of cool stuff. So if you do want to know about that trip, accommodation, bikes, get deep down and dirty if you want to. I'll answer basically anything about that trip. I really want to share information about it, so you're fully prepared. So next time I go, you could possibly come with us.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. So yeah, thanks for watching. Anything you'd like to add?
I think you've covered it.
Yeah.
But do ask any questions.
Thomas isn't here yet.
No, he's missed it.
Yeah. Ask questions. Bye.